Studies in Proverbs. Wise words in a wicked world. This is page 83. A father's advice on spiritual matters. Proverbs 7, 1 through 4. The first 7 chapters of Proverbs begins with the words, "my son," or some variation of these words. The words of wisdom speak to many different subjects. We select the opening words of chapter 7 because they parallel the instruction of Moses in Deuteronomy. Truth is to be grasped. The commandments are to be retained and valued. Notice the words of emphasis here are keep and lay up. These words speak of an encouragement to a son to get a firm grasp on biblical truth. It is the duty and privilege of the parent to see this is accomplished. I know it is impossible to force facts into a resistant body, but we are charged as believing fathers to take every possible opportunity to present exposure to truth. Too much of this authority and responsibility is delegated to others to perform. The Sunday school can help. The church will seek to do its part, and the Christian day school will contribute. But fathers, it is our prime responsibility to do this special God-given task. In verse 3, a father is seeking to impress upon his son by words that truth and wisdom should be written upon the tables of the heart and retained. The psalmist said it this way, "Thy word have I hid in mine heart, that I might not sin against thee." Psalm 119:11. So we see it is the father's duty to expose truth to a son, but it becomes part of the son's responsibility before God to retain it. Truth will bear fruit. This is Proverbs 22:6. It pays to give good advice, for it is a fruit-bearing experience. Many fathers and mothers have held close to the promise. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Proverbs 22:6. May we emphasize that training is not all talking. There must be a godly example set by the father for the son. A great deal of talk, which lacks the backup of living, will leave a son to wonder whether the discussions are for real. The father who insists a child go to Sunday school and then drops him or her at the church door while he leaves for the Sunday golf match is not what God has in mind here in the child training process. If the truth is taught by word and deed, then there is a right to claim the promise. But do not spend the time fretting later asking God what is wrong with your child if he is wandering in his walk when you did not do your part in the child training. Another part of the spiritual advice comes in a different form of endeavor. This is teaching through the channel of discipline. Many modern-day educators will question the wisdom of Solomon in the matter of discipline. However, Solomon has equal rights to question the products of our educational system. For example, the rod and reproof give wisdom, but a child left to himself bringeth his mother to shame. Proverbs 29:15. We are not discussing here the problem of a parent who takes out his or her frustrations upon a helpless child in the case of child abuse. We are discussing another form of child abuse, and that is the permitting of the child to do as he or she pleases without any form of correction. A child is a very selfish individual with a fallen nature, and without correction, he will become a selfish monster, not only in relation to his parents, but to the society in which he lives. Our society is reaping the fruits of its permissiveness, and it seems to be completely out of hand at the present time. Godly training is probably the most valuable gift you will ever give to those who are yours. Spiritual instruction in both word and deed should be expected to bear rich fruit.